guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this look for you right here using the Sample Beauty Prodigy palette, which is their newest palette that is launched. It's the dual toned edition. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the packaging. Can we talk about it? And this is what the palette looks like right up all in there. Oh look, you can see my desk. This is what it looks like. You have some absolutely beautiful shades. I did use quite a good variety of the shades, but there are definitely so many more looks that I could create using this palette. Definitely let me know down in the comments down below if you would like to see another tutorial using this palette, and I will definitely get round to that for you. If you would like to see how I got this makeup look right here, my full thoughts, feelings, opinions, emotions towards this palette, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world, and let's just carry on with the video. So to start off, I'm just going to quickly do my brows. I just wanted to show you what I've been using, but I'll go through this really quick. This is the Westbarn Co soap brows. I've been loving it lately. I can never get the hang of doing soap brows with actual soap for some reason. So if I can get you open, this is what I will be using. As you can see, I've used it a good few times. I'm just going to go in with some setting spray. This one here is the Morphe Luminous setting spray. It really doesn't matter what one you use. It's just what I've got to hand. I'm just gonna spray a few little sprays into the kind of soap bar, and I'm using the spoolie that it comes with. I'm just gonna kind of like bend it a little bit. As you can see, my brow hairs, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but they are actually quite coarse, so I feel like I need something quite strong. I've been watching a few like soap brow videos online, and I see that they actually don't use that much soap, whereas recently I've been using like loads and not understanding like why it's not working. So I'm going to attempt to go in with a little bit less product. I'm just kind of smushing it into the spoolie. I think that should be enough, but we'll give it a go. I'm just going to take a little mirror and then brush out the brows. I feel like this should be better than before. Usually I tend to go in and it's quite like wet, and I'm just trying to practice soap brows. We're getting the hang of it, people. I know it's not for everyone, but I also feel like it gives you more lid space to work with, and where I've got a little bit older, I'm running out of lid space, so I can use all the help I can get. Yeah, this is working much better now. I've used less water. Setting spray, that's what I meant to say. And I'm just going to use my finger just to push up the brow. I don't want them like completely up, just kind of up and round. I'm just using the spoolie to kind of like map out the shape, and then just using my finger just to push them down into place. I've got a little stray hair right there. That rhymed. Look at me go. Just plucking that out. Yeah, I think that will do for the plucking. So I'm just taking my spoolie and just kind of brushing upwards. Yeah, this is working so much better now. I haven't gone in with loads of water. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my finger and just push upwards. We'll kind of like pull that around in just a second. So happy with that. I'm just going to go ahead and do my other brow. So I've now done the other brow. I've decided I'm not going to put any product in them. I actually just really like them like this. I'm quite lucky because I have quite thick brows anyway, and now they're kind of all brushed up. They look nice and bushy. I really like them. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm feeling them, so we're going to stick. So I'm going to start off by priming the lid. I'm going to go in with my P. Louise base just because I use this all the time and I trust it. This is in the shade Rumour number 2. I'm just going to take it on a flat synthetic brush and just carve out that brow and then pat it on to the lid for a really nice base. Just squeeze some on there, and then I'm going to take my brush and just kind of smooth in the product and then use the flat side of this brush. This brush is from Makeup International. It's the number 8 brush. I got it from my makeup college kit and I can never find it online, but I feel like a really skinny synthetic brush would be perfect for this. Just so I can look how much more lid space I have. Okay, I'm just going to carve out this new brow shape. And then I'm just going to evenly spread the primer all across the lid using the flat brush. And I'm just kind of pulling down the primer so it's over the eye nice and evenly. I've just put a piece of tape on the outer edge of my eye just to create a nice sharp edge and also just really lift the eye up, and I want a really dramatic look. So here's the palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take the I've kind of planned out the look in my head. I'm going to take the shade Almondine, I want to say, which is right here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to take that on a teeny tiny Morphe brush. This one, it came in a brush set. It's a really kind of dense, tiny blending brush. And I'm going to use this to pack on the inner and the outer corner, and we're going to create a kind of halo spotlight eye kind of vibe. So I'm just going to dip into that shadow. There's fallout, but like not an excessive amount, I personally don't think. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do, just tap off the excess once and let's see how these perform. So I'm just going to push this in to the inner corner of the eye, just a little kind of circular motions, just wiggling them, pushing that in. That is really rich and beautiful straight off the bat. I'm definitely not bringing it in too far at all because we're going to be putting on a lot of colours. So I'm just going to blend that into the eye, wiggling my brush so it's kind of diffused, and I'm not adding any extra colour, like that is enough. That pigment though, so good. So good. I knew I was going to love this palette even before I like received it in the post. I bought this with my own money, just as a heads up. But like I just knew I would love it because I love my Paradigm Shift Volume 2 palette from Sample Beauty, so I knew that I would absolutely love this as well. But already on the first shade I'm super impressed. So I'm just going to wiggle my brush a few times just to kind of like diffuse the edges a little bit, just so it's easier to blend the next shade in. Trying not to take this too far up or too far across. Okay, I'm actually like really happy with that already. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take some more shadow and pop this on the outer edge of my eye. Hopefully that tape is tight enough. It's lifting a bit at the bottom. If not, I can fix it later on. It's just kind of as a guideline. So I'm just going to start by pressing this in to that outer corner. And if you look forward, I'm going to see like where my eye sits. So I kind of want the dark purple to kind of come out to like there. Wiggling my brush, really pushing that product in. If you were to go like this straight away, because you have the kind of tacky base down, it's just going to go everywhere and you're going to end up with a big kind of blubbery mess, blotchy mess on your eye. So I'm just kind of like diffusing the edges a little bit, looking forward so I can see my progress. Bring that a little bit on the lid just here. Go in with one more kind of layer, really pushing that on. I love this colour. It's like purple with a bit of berry kind of undertone. Really pretty. The next shade that I'm going to take is this one right here, which is called Fire Opal, which is a nice orange colour. See how I matched it kind of sort of maybe a little bit to my top, which is this one right here, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend into the dark purple. It's going to create an interesting little vibe. So I'm taking it on a Morphe M506. I love this brush. It's super small and dense and fluffy. I don't know how to describe it, but it's fluffy so it blends, but it's dense so you can pack. You'll have to give it a feel yourself to know what I mean. I'm going to go into the shade, tap off the excess a little bit, and then I'm just going to use this to blend out the top of this shade as well. I'm just going to start by kind of patting that on top, kind of 50-50 of the edge of the dark purpley shade. Look at the pigment, so impressed. Yes. Okay, I'm just doing little wiggles, just kind of like push it into the skin on the texture that I have on my eye. Bring that in a little bit more just here. Just do little wiggly motions, turn the brush around so you get all of the product that's on the brush. Little wiggles, little wiggles. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then I'm going to do the same here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that right here and just kind of tap on the edge and then pull it inwards. Oh my god, I can't even like, you can see that like on my little viewfinder. It's so intense. It is really, really intense. Oh my god, wow. Okay, I'm just blending that, little wiggle motions. just on top like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit more product and just push it right here, and then little wiggles. Now I'm going to take the dark purple again and just kind of tap over the edges a little bit. Purple and orange can sometimes go a little bit brown when mixed together. So if you just kind of take the steps to re-intensify, not kind of going in a big circle, but just buffing the edges, it should kind of blend together. And then taking Fire Opal again, I'm just going to tap off the excess quite a bit, and I'm just kind of blending that back on top again, just to make sure the red is nice and vibrant. Okay, I'm happy with that so far. Right, now I'm going to switch to this kind of mustardy yellow shade, which is called Helidor. And I'm going to take that Heliodor. I'm probably butchering the names. And I'm taking it on a Morphe M562, which is a really small blending brush. I'm just going to blend that on top of the reddy orange kind of shade. Not being afraid to take that right up onto my brow bone. Gone are the days where I was scared to take eyeshadow too far up. I just feel like eyeshadow like literally on the brow bone looks so nice. And you can also do so many more like colour combos this way. So far, really feeling this palette, blending nicely. I'm having no issues whatsoever. Obviously this side we don't have like as much room, so I'm just going to blend that like right up in this inner corner. I'm just going to go back to the brush with Fire Opal, and I feel like I'm just going to pop a little bit of that like in the inner corner next to the purple. Yeah, that's what it needed. And then I can take the brush with the mustard-y kind of yellow and just add that right there. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely kind of helped it be a bit more cohesive. So now I'm going to take my P. Louise base in the shade Winter Rose. I don't think this is completely necessary. I just kind of want to get uses out of my bases. I'm going to take it on a Babydoll Cosmetics 7 brush, and I'm just going to place this on the blank space of my eye and kind of going upwards but not all the way up. And this doesn't have to be neat whatsoever. I don't really want like a crisp line. Just got it in my lashes, well done. And I'm just kind of tapping that in the blank space of the lid. Doesn't have to be neat whatsoever. As you can see, I'm literally just kind of tapping it in. Tap, 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 tap. Bringing it kind of just above the crease, just like so. And then I'm just going to kind of rub the brush on the back of my hand just to kind of get off the excess product. And I'm just going to kind of tap over the edges so it blends in a little bit. I'm going to go back to the dark purpley shade, and I'm just going to press this very gently over the edges at the bottom, bring that in a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Rhodolite, which is this really beautiful like purpley pink shimmer shade. When I swatched it, it was just absolutely beautiful. I'm using it on a BH Studio Pro number 9 brush, and I'm just going to pat it kind of all of this area but leaving a little space in the middle because we're going to be putting a very exciting colour there. Okay, I'm just going to tap this on the little edges and then just overlapping like that purple kind of shaders, even up towards the crease as well, mainly focusing on the lid. If I were to lose you now, I don't know what I might do. Okay, now I'm going to take a kind of long pencil brush. This is the Morphe M431, and I'm going to take the shade Moonstone, which is this pinky reflective shade right here, and I'm literally just going to drag this all the way down the centre of the lid. I'm just tapping that on to start off with, taking it all the way up as well. And then when we get to the top, I'm just going to build that up a little bit more. Right, so now to fix the kind of stripiness, I'm just going to go back in with that darkest shade and just tap over the kind of shimmery pink. I'm just kind of blending it in. Totally forgot to finish my sentence just then. Actually using my nose as like a little holder for the brush. Just taking a little bit more of Rhodolite and just kind of like tapping over that again, just sandwiching the colours together. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to peel off the tape. Oh, yes. Perfectly smooth. Sometimes it's a little jagged, but I'm really happy with that. Okay, I've decided I'm going to take a brown liner. This is a warm brown by Morphe. This is in the shade Trendsetter. And I'm just going to line the inner and the upper waterline, but missing the middle section. So it still kind of continues that spotlight eye effect. So I'm just starting with the kind of inner section. I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of the P. Louise base and just put this on the lower lash line just to kind of prime that area as well. I used to never do this and now I'm like, why did I never prime my lower lash line if I'm going to put shadow there? It makes no sense. So I'm just going to dab this into the lower lash line, act as a base. Don't have to go in with loads, but a little bit definitely goes a long way. Just kind of rubbing the excess on the back of my hand so I can use the brush to kind of blend that in. So far I'm just obsessed with this eye look. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat the same steps more or less so on the lower lash line. So I'm taking the darker purpley berry brown, whatever you want to call it, shade. I'm just going to push that into the outer section of the lower lash line just to start off with. I'm just trying to avoid that middle section completely. And then for the inner corner of the lower lash line, and then going in with a teeny little bit of Fire Opal, like the teeniest amount. I'm just going to like blend out the edges a little bit. Then of course I'm taking a teeny bit of the yellow, just running that underneath, but this will probably be covered up with face makeup anyway. And then I'm going to go in of course with that beautiful Moonstone shade and just press that right underneath. So pretty. It kind of looks like I'm like crying rainbow tears. Oh my god, I'm actually obsessed. It's one of my favourite looks that I've done in so long. This palette is bomb. Okay, that's enough said on the palette really. We're just going to whiz through the rest of the tutorial. I'm just going to take the Morphe ink liner and just kind of run along the lash line. Did I choose lashes? Just so when we put the lashes on it creates kind of like a nice base. I'm just going to pop that on. I'm not doing a wing or anything. That will not go with the vibe. I'm literally just going to put this a thin-ish line along the lash line. Now I'm going to give my lashes a little curl just for the mascara. These are just old Superdrug ones. If anyone knows like good eyelash curlers that are inexpensive, please let me know. For mascara, I'm taking the Babydoll Cosmetics Bad Llama mascara. This one is quite good for like separating and lengthening. Not so much volumizing, but it does something. For lashes, I have got the, what are they called? Babydoll Cosmetics 723 lashes. I got these from Primark, obviously way before lockdown. I know Primark is like now open as of like tomorrow. I recommend you stay home and stay safe, but they do have a website, so I'll link them down below so you can check them out. But I did get these ones from Primark way before lockdown. They are super kind of flary at the ends, which is my favourite type of lash, quite spiky looking. I've worn them a few times, so I'm going to pop them on and I'll be right back with the other eye done as well. Okay, so now we are ready to do the face. I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. I'm taking the MUA Pro Base Moisturising Primer. I really like this. My skin has been super dry lately as well. Then for foundation, I'm going to take the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation in the shade F8.2. I'm actually taking it on this fluffy brush from Peach's Makeup, which is the PC16 brush. I recently got this. I've been seeing a few people do their foundation with these kind of brushes, so I was like, I'm going to give it a go. It didn't work with a full coverage kind of matte foundation, but this is more of like a dewy one, so hopefully this will work. I quite like this so far. Just kind of like buff that in, take it down the neck as well, just so it blends well. I really like that method actually. I haven't used a brush for foundation in like years and like actually liked it. This is really nice. I think it's fluffy enough that it's blending the product in. Big fan of that. Then I'm going to do some contouring using this Bella Pierre Contour and Highlight Duo stick in the shade Dark Deep. I'm just taking this shade right here and I'm going to go under my cheekbones, forehead, temple, jaw, down the nose, the usual, and blend it out with my favourite brush for blending out cream contour, which is the Zoeva 110 Face Shape brush. Now for concealer, I'm going to take the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C4, just pop it on my chin, under the eyes, forehead and down the nose, and then blend it in with the brush. Then I'm going to set the face using the Maybelline Superstay powder. This is in the shade Ivory. I'm just going to press this into the skin with a fluffy brush. Then I'm going to bronze up the skin using the Barry M Deep Glow Dark Bronzer and this big fluffy Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M401. For blush, I'm taking this Morphe Pop of Peach Blush Trio and I'm taking the shade Creator, which is the peachy pink, on a Sigma F37 Spotlight Duster brush. I'm just going to dust this on my cheeks. Then I'm going to set this into place using the Morphe Luminous Setting Mist. Has a very fine mist, I could barely feel it. I kind of like setting sprays with fine mist, but then also you don't really know like how much you're putting on your face. But you know, I suppose you can have too much. Okay, while my skin is slightly damp still from the setting spray, I'm actually going to take this highlighter, which I've never tried before. It's from a brand called Josh Cosmetics. He kindly sent me over a few of his highlighters to try. This is in the shade Promise and it's a pinky shade, which looks like this. You can see, very pretty. I'm going to pop that onto my cheekbones and also my nose. Am I going to wet the brush? Yes, I am, just because I feel extra. The brush that I don't know what happened there. The brush that I'm using is the Zoeva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. Ooh, it's pretty. Okay, that is super pretty. It's just a little bit too dark for my skin tone that you can see it. So I'm going to take my blush brush and just kind of like stamp over it. Just going to blend it in a bit. I'm just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. For lips, we've got a little bit of a combo. I'm going to take the Bella Pierre Antique Pink Lip Liner. Then I'm taking Nabla Cosmetics. This is a brand I haven't tried before. This is the Elusive Lipstick. Super creamy. I really like this lipstick. I'm going to wear this every day of my life for eternity. Ooh, okay, and then to finish off the look, I'm going to take Morphe's Froze lip gloss, which looks like it has some shimmer in it, so I'm super excited to try this out, and I feel like it will complement, oh my god, that actually complements the eyes so well. It's got the same kind of reflexive glitter in it. Love that lip combo. Okay, I'm just gonna floof and I'll be right back. And this is the finished makeup look using the Sample Beauty Prodigy palette, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I am absolutely obsessed. You need to get this palette. I do have a discount code for it, which will be on the screen for you right here. It is an affiliate discount code, so we'll earn a teeny little bit of commission from the sale, but it doesn't cost you anything extra to buy. It's up to you if you want to use it. If not, that's fine too. But this is what the palette looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's so many other looks that I could definitely create using this palette. I haven't like dived into the gold or like the shimmery blue. This shade here that has like the green reflect in it. This color here is gorgeous. It's just a really, really overall stunning palette. And this is actually something that I would reach for when I'm just kind of doing my makeup not on YouTube or Instagram. I would probably just like chuck a bit of this in the crease, blend it out with this kind of mauvey shade and pop that on the lid, and that would be like my go-to look. Or I could literally just put the glittery moonstone shade just all across the lid. I think that would look really pretty as well. I'm very like editorial Charlotte Tilbury kind of vibes, if you know what I mean, if I'm going along that drift. But yeah, I just think this palette is absolutely gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna get some more use out of this palette, and it's something that I will reach for a lot, so I highly recommend, and I love everything Sample Beauty that I have tried already. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. As always, if you made it all the way through to this point in the video, congratulations and well done. Usually my videos are quite long, so well done. You have persisted through my strange voice and messing up my words and stuff. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video. I'd really appreciate it. It means the absolute world. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm very active on those platforms. Don't really know what I'm doing with my hands. And thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye!